Hello. So what we're going to be looking at today are the key ideas and themes within the story On the Sidewalk Bleeding. Okay. Now, normally when we do this in class, we would do this in mind maps as a group. Unfortunately, that's not possible at the moment. So what I'm going to ask you to do is to do this on your own. Okay, so you're going to be able to discuss the different themes within the text and explain the use of at least one theme in a little mind map of your own. And then what I can do is I can share these on our little feed, and you can contribute to each other's, or you can grab stuff from each other's and share. Okay, sometimes it's easier to learn if you are sharing your ideas with other people. Okay, I would like you to copy this or take a screenshot or a photograph just so that you're all clear that a theme is a main idea running through the text and that there can be several ideas and several themes within one story, and that themes teach us about an aspect of life. Usually in this particular story, it is a kind of moral message that we are being told through the characters. So what I would like you to do is have a look at all these different themes. Okay, we have all these different themes. There's loads of them. Okay, and I would like you to identify 3 key themes explored by the writer within On the Sidewalk Bleeding and explain a reason for each choice. Okay, so identify the 3 that you feel are the most important themes within the story and explain why you chose them. Okay, if you want to pause this video to do that, then that's fine. Okay, moving on. The writer explores the consequences of gang violence, which is the tragic death of a young teenage boy. It is a harmful and pointless conflict. It is. It's completely pointless. Poor young guy dies for no reason at all. And this is the theme of gang violence. So if you've chosen this, then this might be a good little thing for you to jot down. Now, this next task, okay, there's 2 tasks here. Normally, I would ask you to split yourselves into 2 groups. One half does this, the other half does this, and then we swap over our responses. But I'm going to ask you to do this individually, okay? So we'll start off with the red arrows. What is the purpose of the story? Is it to inform? Is it to persuade us? Or is it to teach us? Okay, and what themes? What themes did you choose? Now, you obviously did this in the previous task, so that will help you. Okay, then I want you to give a reason for why you think that. Why do you think it's to inform or to persuade or to teach? Okay. Then I want you to choose one specific theme and explain what it adds to the purpose. So if you have chosen to, if you think it's to inform, okay, then why is this theme, how does this theme add to the purpose of to inform? If it's to persuade, how does this theme add to the purpose of persuading as a particular idea? Okay, if it's to teach, if you think it's to teach us something, then explain how this theme helps teach us whatever lesson that may be. Okay, once you have done this, you can then move on to the next slide. So if you want to pause the video here, you can do that now. Okay, so the next section, who would be interested in reading this story? Okay, so this is where we identify who the intended reader might be. Okay, Here's a little sentence starter for you. So it could be people who are interested in what do you think? Or it could be somebody of a particular age group, or it could be somebody from a specific sort of background or geographical area. Okay, who do you think is the intended reader of this story? Okay, or who do you think would be interested in reading this story? Give a reason for why you think so, okay? And then you are going to choose one theme. It could be the same one that you chose over here. Choose one theme and explain why this theme might interest these readers, okay? Will it persuade them? Will it inform them? Will it teach them? Not too sure, are you? So have a think about that, okay? If you want to pause the video and do this task now, that's fine. Okay, so the next part of this lesson, okay, this is part 2, okay? You should be able to understand the turning point within the plot and understand how to structure a critical response paragraph. Yes, guys, we are doing Peel again. Sorry about that. Okay, so I can identify where the turning point is. You should have done this in a previous task. I can answer an essay question asking about the turning point. And I can structure my answer in a paragraph using Peel. Okay. I think by this point you should know what Peel is, but we will go over it again. Do not worry. So have a little read of this statement. At the start of the story, Andy doesn't believe he is dying. He thinks it is another rumble that he will walk away from. He is in pain, but isn't afraid for his life. At this point, he doesn't think he's dying. He thinks, oh, I've been jumped again. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Now, think back to when we sequenced our story. What order the story in, okay? And then you put a little asterisk where you thought the turning point in the story was. Okay. And we identified it was here, okay? Andy reflects on his jacket and what it means to be 16 and in a gang. He finally realises he has lost his life for nothing and his last moments in life are spent taking the jacket off. So the jacket that forms such a huge part of his identity, at the end of the story, not at the very end, but close to the end, he starts to reflect on the importance of that jacket, really, in the grand scheme of things. And he realizes, oh, I'm dying. He realizes that he is actually dying. Okay, so a little refresh on Peel, guys. First part is your point. You're making your point. At the start of the story, Andy feels, okay, and you're going to tell us how he feels, okay? And then the evidence. The writer tells the reader, you have your little quote, okay? And then explain how your quote backs up your point. The use of a specific technique suggests something, okay? And then link your answer back to the main question, okay? So here's a little example one for you. And here's the question at the top as well. You might want to pause the video at this point and copy down the question. At the end of the story, Andy starts to change his mind. How does the writer show this to the reader? So your point. The writer shows how Andy starts to have regrets about his life. Evidence, that's your quote. He felt all at once as if he had never done anything, never seen anything, never been anywhere. Now this is where you're explaining, you're doing a little bit of analysis here. By repeating, so your technique there's repetition, by repeating the word never, The writer suggests that Andy can see that this is the final end for him, as he will now no longer get to do things, see things, or go places. We also have a second little bit of analysis here, okay? By saying he feels overwhelmed because he feels all at once, this suggests that all these feelings, apologies for the typo there, that's awful, terrible of me. All these feelings are happening suddenly at the same time. And then you're linking it back to this main question here by telling the reader about how Andy feels. The reader can see a sudden change in how he is thinking and feeling. Okay, now I have a selection of quotes here, okay, that you could use, okay, if you don't want to use the quote that I've used, okay, you might want to use these 3 quotes here, or you could use this one too. Try to do your own though, guys, don't just copy the example. You can have a copy of it to help you and to help you with your revision certainly, but try and practice writing one of your own, okay? We did lots and lots of peel paragraphs before, so you should be well rehearsed in using peel paragraphs for answering sort of critical essay style questions. Okay. And that's it, guys. Okay, if you have any questions at all, feel free to get in touch with me. Just drop me a little email, and remember we do have the Friday morning FAQ session every Friday, so don't worry if you are a little bit confused towards the ends of the week and you want to ask me any questions at all, just let me know. Okay, thank you.